It's Mom and Pop Video Shop.
Welcome back to Mom and Pop Video Shop. I'm Tyson.
I'm Joel.
And this is another episode of Retro Movie Review.
Yes.
Or another retro movie review, full stop.
Yeah.
I guess it's, episodic, whatever. But it's my turn this time around. And shocker, I'm picking one from 1986. I don't know why. Like, it's just, I never would have said I had a favorite
Macula
year.
from Jay the Dead's New Horror Movies, and you have it. Well, that's his birth year, so that's why he always goes to that one.
And I don't know why. I think I'm safe to say 86 is my favorite.
It's a lot of fun movies came out that year.
Exactly. I think you're going to appreciate this one especially.
Okay.
All of you know what I'm covering because it's in the thumbnail and it's in the title, but Joel has no idea. So with no further ado, Joel, let's discuss 1986's Cronenberg classic.
Are you serious?
The Fly.
You serious, Clark?
I don't know what order the videos are going to come out, but
Probably in the order we're recording them.
yeah. So if that's the case, then Joel just picked The Blob, and happened to mention that another of his top 10 from the 80s was
The Fly.
Cronenberg's The Fly.
And here's the thing, the original Blob again I saw like one time, and I liked it. I really like the Vincent Price. Original Fly too a lot. Like I like the sequel. So
yeah, for an Adam Age flick,
it's very much of
The
that
Fly's
time.
great.
Yes.
For 80s, well,
this is my favorite Cronenberg
body
film.
horror wasn't even a thing. It wasn't even talked
other
about
than Cronenberg.
regularly. Exactly, like he invented it. So I'll read from the back of the box, and then we'll talk from there. Right? Half human, half insect, total terror. Jeff Goldblum and Geena Davis. Star in this frightening update of the horror classic in which a man is transformed into an insect. Seth Brundle, played by Jeff Goldblum, is a brilliant scientist who develops a system to transport objects in a matter of seconds. An intellectual hermit, his entire existence takes on new meaning when he falls in love with an attractive journalist, played by Geena Davis, who inspires him to correct the system's last remaining flaw. Yet when he tries it on himself, Seth's genes and molecules are accidentally fused with those of a fly. At first, Seth is elated by the astonishing new physical abilities he's... Sorry, there's a stain on the back of the box here.
I don't want to know.
It looks like it could be fly vomit. Sorry. First, Seth is elated by the astonishing new physical abilities he's suddenly gifted with, but soon his excitement turns into a terrifying nightmare as his insect half begins to take over. Expertly paced by director David Cronenberg and sizzling with superb special effects, The Fly is both a love story and a suspenseful drama, masterfully combined as one immensely effective thriller. I think that as 100%
Well, we're done.
accurate. So, hope you enjoy this. No, seriously. So, here's the thing about The Fly for me. This is another one of those that I remember watching with my mom. Way too young. And it's probably the first... And I had seen plenty of slashers by... And I doubt
by the time you were 5.
Yeah, well, I don't think I saw this when it first came out in 86. I was probably a little older. But the point is, I had seen slashers with gore and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
This is the first movie I remember being physically ill. Like, it affected me. Like, gave me a... like, I was never... But holy shit, folks, if you've never seen The Fly... Watch it, and if you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We could sit here and talk for an hour about every single scene, the fingernail scene, and the squeezing the ankle, the teeth, and the ankle. Exactly. Yeah. It's icky. So the effects are great. In fact, the effects won a Academy Award for that particular year. So that should tell you, if you've never seen it, how good we were just talking about The Blob and practical effects. The Fly, I think, still to this day stands as some of the best.
And would you say that's probably Cronenberg's most mainstream movie? Even more so than like Dead Ringers and some of those
Definitely more than Dead Ringers, I would say.
I mean, maybe History of Violence? I know that was kind of... I mean, that's more of a... That's less of a horror...
And if I'm being honest, and this is nothing against Mr. Cronenberg, but I think most people would say that like History of Violence wasn't Cronenberg's heyday.
Yeah. It's
it's
more of like a 70s.
So yeah, I think you're probably right. I would say The Fly is probably his
mainstream, but it's my personal favorite. I mean, I love Videodrome. I love Scanners. It's funny. One of my great
I would just say probably between Scanners and The Fly, I would still think this edges out Scanners.
I prefer that to Scanners.
Yeah.
But I still love Scanners
in terms of popularity and.
Oh yeah, that too.
The exploding. I feel like the exploding head from Scanners maybe more
Cover of
recognizable.
Fango. I
than-
don't remember the exact issue, but yeah, they put that in the
But in terms of disgusting ickiness, I don't think it's any
Oh,
grosser
no.
than the.
But
the
it's just even
ankle
just the
and
story
hand.
and just the level of like. I think at this point, the confidence as a director, like he's at like the peak of his powers, so to speak. You know what I mean? He just, yeah.
So can I be honest with you though?
No,
the effects
don't lie.
This guy. The effects are fantastic,
Mm-hmm.
but I think what makes this an absolute classic too is the cast and the
Oh,
acting.
yeah. Yeah,
Jeff Goldblum
he's
is
fantastic.
freaking amazing.
Brundlefly.
Geena Davis is great. Who's the guy, the asshole boyfriend?
Oh, the beard. Yeah, I don't remember his name offhand. If you said it, I might remember it.
John Getz.
Sure, it's John Getz. We're going to
it
go with
John
that.
Getz?
Yes, yeah. Whatever you want,
Oh,
John
for sure,
Getz.
with the beard, yeah. But his name in the movie is something real
Get the
bizarre,
reference,
like some weird like.
Put in the comments if you got that reference.
Yeah. Oh, from Lethal Weapon. Is that it?
Two, and you just ruined it for.
Oh. Put in the comments.
Go.
It's
Leo Getz, but
you're the
anyway.
one that's gonna have to edit this. 'cause
I
gotta
know,
watch
I
the
know,
full
I know,
trailer.
I'm making
No,
this
but we
horrible.
were talking about the acting.
Yes,
skills.
all the acting is great. Yeah.
But even the storyline, there's so much going on with him being sort of the nerd.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
shit. I mean, that's the thing. It's like at first glance, like the first half of it, dude, it's like one of those victory stories for the science kids.
Yes, yeah,
right.
yeah.
And that's the other thing I remember about it, the way it was filmed. It's very for its time. Sci-fi and geeky and computery and
yep.
machinery,
Yes.
it's
And I
very
love
cool.
the design
of the teleport pod.
it's so
Yeah,
freaking
very
great.
very freaking cool. But then it turns into this obviously kind of a weird love story. Then it goes full on horror and kind of comes back and
it's a really in the truest sense of like metamorphosis horror stories, like werewolf stories.
Mm-hmm.
In werewolf lore, typically tis love that kills the beast, kind of like King Kong, right?
Sure,
It's always that as a theme, and this movie has that as well. And that theme is present, and the way it ends is so tragic.
And speaking of themes, and I've heard this about this, so this is an original thought as much as I would like to take credit, but I can see where people get this. If you think about the Geena Davis character and how the emotional roller coaster she goes through, people have said that this film was a metaphor for the AIDS epidemic. I don't know.
Every 80s movie, though, every
say that,
80s horror movie, it's like it's a metaphor. And I'm sure maybe in hindsight it seems that way. I mean, Cronenberg could have done that. I feel like Cronenberg would have been one of the directors that would have done that intentionally. But it feels like there's a lot of
I don't know if
movies.
it's specifically AIDS, but I definitely think that that
I think it was
probably it's somebody you care about, somebody that's sick
and they're
that's going through
deteriorating
changes.
and they're
exactly
and they're dying
and it's how
slowly.
you as a couple that care about each other deal with that tragic life of
Though I would argue that then if you really then consider the ending, that's way more disturbing.
I know, but here's the thing that that scenario comes up in real life. I feel where you
hopefully not.
You look at it as
I meant more
being
the method. I meant more than the method.
Even that, I would say, no, it's. I think mercy is definitely behind it. But yes, I think that the method was definitely
more brutal
used for
shock value. Yeah,
so that the effects team could stretch their legs once again. But we talk about the ending. That's the other thing I remember about this. I feel like that scene is freaking long. Like we're given without a lot of cuts. It's like I'm off the top of my head. 10 minutes worth of some juicy.
I don't know how long
nasty,
it is, but it's pretty gooey.
Throughout. His transformation. Like I said, we've already kind of mentioned. You get some of the nasty little tidbit.
Yeah.
But man, the last 10 minutes, it's full on stomach.
Yeah.
Turning.
So what's your rating?
I'm gonna give The Fly. I'm gonna say 4 tapes.
Okay, it's a 5-taper for me. I'm being the Peter.
Okay.
If you get the Retro Movie Geek reference, I'm being the Peter of this show. Because here's the thing: when we do these retro reviews, these aren't really reviews. I mean, they're reviews since we're talking about the movie and we're reviewing it, but it's not like it's not critiques. This is not us, doing this analysis, this deep analysis. These are movies we obviously freaking love. Now, every once in a while, we always come across one that's maybe a 3-taper. But why the hell would we go? We want a champion for you today. Is this movie that we really think sucks and we think is a waste of your time? Because if you came into a video store, they would be like, "Oh, you got to see this. It's cool." That's the vibe.
That's the way I look at it. If somebody came in and said, "Hey, I need a 5-star pick of. I need a 5." Because they would say 5
I want something gooey. I want body horror.
I don't know that The Fly would necessarily be my first.
It would be in my top tier.
That's why I go with 4.
You're accused of heresy.
mercy on 3 counts.
So that's the thing, like, about a 5 taper for me is I feel like if put on the spot, I would be able to route it off. And I don't know that my mind would necessarily.
Yeah.
But
no, it's fair.
Please don't think that I have
Yeah,
anything.
I mean, to be fair,
I really don't have anything negative to say. about the
just
flight.
as a review, 4 taper means you would keep it out extra long and have to pay fines. And 5 just purely means that I'm willing to admit that I would be a criminal.
This is one that I would show my friends,
Yes.
my siblings,
Yes.
purposely trying to get them
watching it multiple.
Yeah.
Like, is it one of those
Try
where
to
you
get them
rented
to
it?
throw up.
Like, you had some movies you rented. Maybe we need to refine the rating system for this channel anyway. Where you rented movies that you watched on Friday night or Saturday, and that was when you watched it once, you were done.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's those you watched like as many times as you could while you had it out. Like you'd watch it 3-4 times if you could. Like it would and some of you might probably even keep it out a little later because you know you knew it was popular enough it wouldn't be there when you wanted to go back, that kind of thing. So that's my thought. Right, 5 literally means you're willing to be a criminal.
Yeah, that you're going to spend some time in juvie because,
or at the very least, have your account dinged where you like go back in.
Exactly.
we can't rent you anymore because you owe us hundreds of dollars in tapes you keep out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, folks, let us know. Have you seen the Academy Award winning 1986 Cronenberg film The Fly?
Yes.
If you have-
Cronenberg's isn't nearly as
Cronenberg's.
good as Cronenberg's.
Exactly. Let us know what you thought of it. If you haven't seen it, oh man, please go and see it and then come back and leave us a comment and let us know what you thought of it. Because
Which, if you haven't seen it, I just realized
It is
we've kind
worth
of
checking
mildly spoiled the key things. But hey,
yeah, but even so, again, the effects.
Yeah. It's an almost 40-year-old movie.
Mute it. Don't even pay attention to the story. Just watch it for the effects because it's
No, I'd say pay attention to the
It's still worth it just for the effects. But we discussed earlier, plot, acting is tremendous in this. So get the full picture. So I got nothing else. You got anything else on the fly? Well, in that case, thanks for stopping by the Mom and Pop Video Shop. And remember, at Mom and Pop's, our love of
The Long Kiss Goodnight, starring
with
Geena Davis.
and Samuel L. Mother Jackson never stops.
Mom and Pops